Thank you for joining us on a very special Game Day Smokedown. Today, it's all about bacon. Bacon, 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 bacon. Everyone ready for some bacon action? This is really cool because we're not using just your old run-of-the-mill store-bought bacon. No, 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 no. We have made this bacon ourselves. That's right, from start to finish. You're gonna see the process. We began on Monday. We did a special stream on Monday. And on that stream, not only did we do some awesome burnt ends to kick off the week, but also we cured our own bacon out of pork belly. That's right, Comfrey Farms pork belly. We made our own cure. It's been sitting all week. I got up earlier today and got that pork belly out on the Traeger and cooked it up. So it is ready. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm super excited about this. Here we go. I'll walk her up here. You need to see this up close and personal, this beautiful slab of smoked bacon. Check that beauty out. So we're gonna take this bacon here in just a few moments, and we're gonna take that and turn it into 3 different recipes today. We're gonna be showing you how to make bacon jam, which you can serve just on like toast or crackers or anything along those lines. We are going to be making bacon breakfast tacos, and just because we can, we are gonna make huckleberry candy bacon. That's right, huckleberry, the fruit of Montana, candied bacon. All easy to do, all very straightforward, and we're gonna walk you through all 3 of those, so thank you so much for joining us. It's all about the bacon. Make sure you grab yourself a little adult soda pop. Kitchen Cup, you're giving me a little of the tombstone there, a little Doc Holliday. I'll be your huckleberry. One of my all-time favorite movies, gold star to you. I'm awarding points. I'm gonna start doing the Chris Hardwick deal. Points! Points mean nothing, points add up to, good to see you too. It was great to see you earlier today. I'm excited to watch more of your streams, man. You do some really cool stuff I see already, so you know, a friendship is born with Kitchen Confidence, and I love that. So cheers to you, brother. Treat yourself as always, because we're doing good, you're doing good. It's Sunday fun day, football is playing, and all these recipes are gonna be super great for all of your football loving friends. Yes, indeedy. So what do I want to start with, babe? Bacon. It did. A few of those guys already clicked follow. Hopefully they'll show up today and learn a little bit about bacon. What do you want to start with, babe? Which recipe? You know what? Let's start with the easiest first. What do you say? Let's start with the candied bacon, because it's straightforward, it's easy to do, and it makes you look like a culinary. Yes, I'm so fancy, a culinary genius, when you're making candied bacon. So I'm gonna get my vegetable chopping board out of the way, and I've got my giant disposable cutting boards, which are the cutting boards of competition, because no fuss, no muss. And we are gonna start getting our bacon cut from the slab here. We cured this whole slab, sat for 6 days in the fridge with the cure on it. If you wanna learn how to cure bacon, you can always pop back in our previous streams and watch that. It's also super easy to do, super straightforward. I hate these gloves. Thanks to the pandemic, I was only able to get medium-sized gloves, and I've got large Montana Max hands, so they don't always hold up so well. All right, here's our bacon, beautiful bacon. I'll keep this pan because we're doing a couple different dishes, and then I'm gonna grab out my Gunter Wilhelm slicing knife, which unfortunately hasn't got a lot of action this year because competitions have been few and far between. But that's what I use for slicing my brisket and all of that kind of good stuff. So let's grab that bad boy. Look at this. That's a knife. That's a knife. That's what you use when you're cutting your big meats, your briskets, or my ribs that are this big, Montana-sized dino ribs. We cut them all with the big old slicer knife. So we are gonna do candied bacon, so these are gonna be thick cut. Everyone loves thick cut bacon. They're always like, what kind of bacon you want? Thick cut, smoked, hickory smoked, thick cut bacon. Absolutely, it's delicious. So let's give a few slices here and see how this bad boy turned out. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wowee! Wowee. Jen was impressed because we had a Borat ad when she stopped it. Very nice. I am hipping with it. I am doing modern trend. I'm going to walk this up to the camera so we can see. Look at that. Look at that beauty. So we smoked this for about 3 hours on very low heat, about 165 degrees with the super smoke on the Traeger, and to an internal temperature of 150 degrees. So you could technically eat this as it is because pork is safe to consume at 145 degrees. It'd be way, way too fatty and not super enjoyable. When we did our burnt ends, we took them up to like 200 and some degrees so that fat just melts down and renders and just becomes ooey gooey pork candy. So, but yeah, I'm super happy with that. Smells good. I can smell that smoke on it. Very nice. Very nice. I can't get enough of that. I love that. And it's slicing just beautifully too. And then so after we smoked it, and you don't want to smoke it on high heat because that fat will render and it won't hold its true bacon form. God, that is a thing of frickin' beauty. So this is exactly the point in the process where they will take bacon when they make it, where you buy it in the store, cook it to about 150 degrees or so, then it goes in the package, and then you take it from there. I'm going to cut some more thick cut bacon strands here. Oh my gosh. Nice, nice. You're going to have to keep me updated here on the comments because I lost my scroll here, so I'm going to be a little bit behind. But the crew here at Montana Max do a great job of helping me out, keeping me in the loop. Thank you everyone for joining us, and thank you for chatting and being here on your Sunday. The Chiefs, which we got up over there, 37-16, digging it. Let's see about how many. I'm going to use quite a bit here on this candied bacon, because not only can you eat the candied bacon as is a lovely little treat, but you can, after you cook it and make candied bacon, great topper for salads and things like that. It's like your own little bacon bits. It's really awesome. So you can use it in a lot of different applications, or you can do like we're going to do here. But I'm telling you, you serve this candied bacon on your game day spread, whether you're watching football, baseball, basketball, hockey, or your favorite esports personality. You can serve this up, and everyone's going to be like, oh my God, you are a god. You are a walking legend. It's not hard to do. It's not hard to do. And if you don't, have a smoker or anything like that, you just get some thick cut bacon at the store and then take it from there. And then it's already pre-sliced and stuff. But there is definitely, this is my first time that I've done a whole pork belly making my own bacon. And I'm telling you, man, it is easy to do. It is really easy to do. Let's just go ahead and get this all sliced up. Gosh, I wish you guys could be here with me right now because the aroma is just fantastic. So we did use hickory, and the other thing is in the cure, this was glazed completely all the way around with honey. So we got a lot of sweet and salty and all these different elements working together to make a real flavorful bacon. We're also the type of pig, all right? There's different types of pigs, and we are using Duroc pork. So Duroc is often kind of thought of and referred to as, like the Black Angus of pork. It's high in marbling, super flavorful. It has to be bred a certain way genetically with a certain amount of fat content to get that classification to be considered Duroc, okay? So if you have the opportunity to get that, by all means, please do. All right. Here we go. All right, and this should be enough to get us started here. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this beautiful chunk of whole pork belly bacon back in the pan. We'll come back to that in a little bit and finish it up. And then what we are going to do I'm going to kind of move a few things here, create a little bit more room for myself. We have got a pan here that we're going to put in the oven, and we have just a standard little, there we go, baking rack that we are going to put down on this, and then foil the pan, less dishes, less mess. This is going to be a little bit messy. You don't want it dripping all over your oven or anywhere else, so it just helps in the whole process of keeping everything nice and tidy. There's been a meme circulating around where somebody's like, my kid's having a little bit of a time at their first apartment, and they're cooking like barbecue basically in their oven without any trays or anything. He's like, how often do you have to clean your oven, Dad? Like, I've never cleaned my oven. He's like, I have to do it every time because he's just putting raw strips of bacon. It's like a text message conversation. All right, so we'll get this bacon on here. That guy's a little thinner. I'm going to save that for a different application. There we go. Beautiful, thick cut, homemade bacon! Bacon, 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 bacon! All right, so we got the bacon all laid out on our tray here. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to take off this glove because it's falling apart on me. There we go. We are going to use, this is where we're going to get the huckleberry out of the deal, right here. I'm going to grab a bowl. So this is, I'm going to use a clear one. Use a measuring cup here. This is huckleberry syrup, Montana huckleberry syrup, maple syrup with huckleberries. Bam! That's how we're getting our Montana angle on this. Use any, nice. Well, thank you for stopping by. Have a great fishing trip. We appreciate you greatly, and you know we'll see you down the road here shortly, I'm sure, Kitchen Confidence. You the man. You the man. We're going to get this huckleberry. Oh, all that ooey gooey. You can use any type of maple syrup that you like, whatever you like. Great seeing you too, brother. Thank you again very much. Thank you so much. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our huckleberry syrup and we're just going to go ahead. Yeah. And we're just going to go ahead and glaze it right over the top of this bacon here. Very pretty. There we go. I got to get both hands in on this action. And if you wanted to add some sort of like berry flavor, if you don't have huckleberry, maple syrup handy like we happen to do here at Montana Max Grand Lodge. Thank you, Mom and Dad. You could add in just any sort of crushed berries. You could puree them and add them in to a maple syrup very easily. If you wanted to add blackberry, strawberry, blueberry, something like that to, get a berry flavor on there. Yeah, any sort of blueberry, raspberry syrup, things like that. You can add that in and make that twist on the bacon. We've got the Kansas City, if you haven't noticed by now, we are huge Kansas City Chiefs fans, and they are so far ahead that they went ahead and pulled Mahomes out of the game. We're having some snow, it's wet, it's nasty, so that's why we're inside. Not good to run electrical cords and things outside in the water and potentially electrocute myself while doing these streams or anybody else that may be around me. But one of the things we had talked about, because we were outside doing game day Smokedowns when it was a little bit nicer out, and hopefully we have some nicer days left still where we can get back out there and do that again. But we were already in talks on ways to mount a TV on the outside wall to have the game playing so we could keep an eye on our beloved Kansas City Chiefs while we were cooking as well. All right. Then we're going to just flip them over here, and we will do the other side as well. Looks good, doesn't it, babe?
I love the color. Really good.
All right. This is really pretty. It's got some nice little chunks of actual huckleberry in it. So it's not just some knockoff blueberry. You'll see that a lot of times with huckleberry, and you'll look at the ingredients on the back panel and there's actually no huckleberries in it. It's like a blueberry knockoff with some flavoring that they call huckleberry, but not this. Not when it comes directly from Big Sky Country. Oh, no, no. All right. Trying to keep her moving here. Keep her moving because we want to get these in the oven. They're going to take a little bit. Got the oven rocking right around 350 degrees. Yep, 350. Don't want it too hot. Don't want to burn the syrups. You want to take your time.
Your parents are going to want to try this.
Yeah, the folks will be all about trying this. You are correct, babe. All right. There we go. Brush her along. One more to do. This is just the perfect amount of huckleberry syrup, babe. And like I said, you don't have to use huckleberry syrup. Any sort of maple syrup will do the trick for you just fine. There we go. Bingo, bango. Look at that. All pretty. You see that color there on the bottom left corner? Just gorgeous. Now, the last thing that we have to do is we do need to have to add. There's a lot of words I'm putting together there. You're going to want to add some seasoning. So we're going to use Jen's favorite on this and use a little special shit here. That's what the name of it is. Special shit. And we're just going to go ahead. And that's why we do the syrup first, because then the seasoning will adhere to it really nicely. And just a nice, gentle coating. Don't have to overdo it. And flip them all back over here. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Season both sides, syrup both sides. That's really all you have to do to get your bacon candied. Another thing you can do with these too, a fun way to serve them, is you can actually soak wood skewers and put them on wood skewers as they cook, and then you have little handheld bacon treats. Yeah, we have done that. All right, let's give it a nice little dusting here on this side as well. There we go. Super simple, super easy. Buff Bagel in the house. You are a perfect time, man. We just got done with our huckleberry maple candied bacon. This bacon, which I'll show you back, I'll bring back the start of the stage here in a minute, but this is bacon we have made ourselves that we started on Monday. Kieran smoked her on the Traeger today, and we just cut her, and boy, is she fabulous. So now that that is all good to go, we're going to throw her right in the oven. And let her buck. Let her buck. All right. Now, how long? Until it's done. That's the great thing about bacon. You know, like I said, you could technically eat that bacon right now because it's been cooked past the internal safe temperature of 145 degrees. Can you give me a re-scroll again there too on that chat, brother? Appreciate that. But basically, you're going to want to cook it until it's at the consistency. You can always fit more bacon, right? You want it to the consistency of how you prefer bacon. Some people like really super crispy bacon. Some people don't like it as much. So, I mean, it all comes down to personal preference. You're going to want to pull it out before it starts on fire because it's dehydrated too much and becomes just burnt. This is thick cut bacon that's super fatty. So, I mean, you're not going to run the risk really of doing that though. Cremated bacon, crispy buff bagels in your camp. That's what Kansas City Jen loves. The crispier, the better. Not burned, but done. Like, no one likes a limp bacon. All right, So that's the first one, off and running. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the rest of this bacon out so that you guys can see. And I'm actually gonna get it prepped up here for our next recipe because I'm gonna show you how to make a bacon jam as well today. That's right, bacon jam. Jam isn't just for fruit. Oh, no, no, no. So here is the hunk that we've cut down quite a bit with that thick cut bacon. There it is. Smoked with hickory. So delicious. We get this pan back out of the way. And let's cut off some more of this beautiful, beautiful bacon. Because we're going to cook the next up in a pan when we do our bacon jam. A bacon jam song? I'll start materializing that in my head right now. And I'm actually going to cut this, now that we're down to the end here, just so it's a little easier to handle. Section that off. Because this is actually going to get cut a couple different ways. We're going to, excuse me, essentially dice this bad boy up. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll get this all together here. And when you're cutting bacon, do it when it's cold. The warmer it gets, the harder it's going to be because that fat gets warmed up and then it starts getting like it, you know, huh? Chiefs won, yay! Kansas City, Chiefs Nation. There we go. 43-16 is the final? Yeah. Nice. Poor Denver Broncos. Jen's pretty confident. I like it. Going back to the Super Bowl. All right, so we're going to dice all this up because we're making a bacon jam, right? Easy peasy. Wanted in nice little hunks here. A little bit bigger than a bacon bit. A little bit smaller than a bacon cube. And normally, if I was doing this, I switch over from my slicer to another knife, but I already got this one all dirty, so it'll work just fine. This knife, though long and unwieldy, like my Viking sword, is extremely sharp. So it's working really well for getting through this bacon. And the first thing we do when we make bacon jam is we cook the bacon. Believe it or not. Tough tip, right? Cook bacon. All right. There we go. Back into the pan. And I'm going to scoot this over because in bacon jam, we do need onion. So I'm going to get some onion ready to go here. Separate cutting board because we don't cross-contaminate. Even though that bacon's cooked, it's still, you don't want your vegetables rolling around in it. They're going to cook with the bacon. It's going to be awesome. So let's get an onion together. I'm going to grab out my chef's knife here. Let's get that outside off. We're going to make quick work of this onion, get it diced. So it's all ready to go, so we can roll this recipe right on through the other side. There we go. Slice it, dice it. Slice it, dice it. Hello? Hello? It's onion time, yes? This we're just going to dice up. Dicey, dicey. If anybody is in the house for Minnesota, it's the best week the Vikings could possibly hope for. They are on a bye week, so still got to find ways to trash talk the Vikings, of course, because that's what we do on Game Day Smokedown. So Congrats on a great week in Minnesota. You couldn't possibly lose. All right. Ooh. This is one aromatic onion. This one's getting to me already. You're going to see tears of joy for the Chiefs winning. All right. So we're going to cook the bacon first when we make the bacon jam. Oh my. Oh my. Get in the onion eye. Onion eyes. Why do you make me effing cry? Onion eyes. For some reason, I go a lot to the 80s when I do my song renditions. Stronger. Well, I'm sure he knows about crying when you cut onions. He probably does not know hungry eyes, which would be their
It's a
Asian beetle. What the hell, man? Living in my beard or something? Fucking getting attacked by Asian beetles. Oh, he knows hungry. He knows hungry eyes.
It was more the sports stuff.
Oh, the sports stuff. Well, we can talk esports too, or anything like that. Almost got this onion done. Almost got this onion done. Yeah, Jen was watching some Rocket League earlier today and was like blown away because it had like, what, 160,000 people watching it. And then she was blown away because of the production value. You know, we watch football and baseball and all that kind of stuff. But they had like live sports announcers like calling the game like as it was happening. They're like, hey, they got to work the ball back to midfield here. They want to be successful on this offensive run. It's, you know, so she was really impressed by the pageantry and the full scope of how deep esports actually goes. I mean, it's been a growing thing for a long time now, where even ESPN has picked up and aired a lot of esport matches. I mean, it's a thing. It's a thing, and it's a big thing. All right. Huh? I can't because it does. It's,
The only sports he knows is wrestling, MMA, rugby, LOL.
wrestling, MMA, and rugby. That's all right. Are we talking professional wrestling like Undertaker and the Hulkster? I mean, are we talking like Greco-Roman wrestling, you know? Where you put on your Speedo.
He says, oh yeah, those things are getting crazier and crazier. He's talking about esports. It's crazy how far it's come because the Koreans used to do all that stuff with StarCraft.
Oh, yeah. And I used to play StarCraft. I loved that game. I was like one of the original PC gamers, man. I played Doom, you know, back on PC when that first came out when I was a kid, you know. I played that first episode of Doom so much when I went to sleep. My mom says today is National Greasy Food Day, so we're celebrating appropriately. Oh, wow. Brown belt and Krav Maga. That's something I've always wanted to learn. That is like the most deadly of martial arts. Like that's what they teach the Israeli military. Yeah. Yeah. It's awesome. But yeah, StarCraft was a huge deal. I played that with my neighbor all the time online, you know. It was cool. It's an intense strategy game, but yeah, I remember the first World of Warcraft. I mean, Warcraft 1, 2, and 3, I played all those, you know. It was awesome. It was totally awesome. Old school. They do. I mean, there's all sorts of different esports and world records and speed runs, and I mean, it's a deep rabbit hole you can jump into for sure. All right, let's get a burner lit. Let's use the back burner here since we're going to be doing the bacon. We're going to try to make an inside show. Yeah, no doubt. That the way that stuff he produced his stuff was crazy. Diablo 2, yep, another awesome game that I played a ton of on PC back in the day. It's crazy to see like where those started when we were young and now where they're at now. It's crazy. We're going to try to make an episode where we're cooking inside and try not to set off our smoke alarm, which is extremely sensitive. So,
I can smell the bacon already in the oven.
yeah. It's doing good. It's doing good. It's got a ways to go, though, because it is thick. Yeah, it smells delicious. Smells delicious. All right. So let's get our bacon jam going, and let's get bacon in the pan. Turn that heat down a little bit. Normally, I would have my pan preheated. I don't right now, but we're going to get this going. Get the bacon in there. Don't need to grease the pan with oil or anything when you're doing bacon because it has enough fat. It is not going to stick at all. Unless you're cooking way too hot. There's always an exception to the rule, right? If you're cooking way too hot, Alexa, stop. My Alexa's just trying to kick my jams without even me asking her. It's like, I like that song. Let's play it. I'm the only one that sings around here, girl. Because it's too hot. Too hot bacon. Gonna burn the pan. Gonna have you aching. It's too hot. Too hot bacon. Burn the pan. Have you scrubbing for days. Because it's too hot. Too hot. So don't cook too hot. That's the moral of that story. There we go. Cooking our bacon down. Cooking our bacon down. Gosh, that's pretty. Smells good. Loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. All right. 5 bits for singing. 10 bits will get you a personal request. All right, and let's throw a little seasoning in there too. Let's get that just a little dash of the special shit going here. Just to give a little seasoning, a little salt, a little pepper, a little love in there. Use whatever your favorite barbecue rub is. Mix it up, have some fun. That's what it's about when you're cooking, especially for game day. Already getting really nice aroma off this bacon. Super great. Super great. Who doesn't love a little special shit, right? All right. Let that bacon work. I like the way you work it. Work it. And as always, it's Sunday. Make sure you got yourself a cold one, whatever you like. My beer of choice happens to be Montana Max barbecue beer. Woo, koozies. And make sure you treat yourself. You're doing good. You're doing good. All right. Jen and I have had a busy weekend in the food sport world. World Food Championships. Virtual competition is open. And so we've been working on all sorts of crazy shopping and recipes and things like that. We're super excited about it. Make sure you're following us on all of our social media platforms because that's where we're going to show you on the old Insta Shizzle and the Face Bizzle our world food stuff. After the turn-in, you're going to see some stuff early because they're Instagram-centered contests, but some of them are not. But we made an exceptional ratatouille dish that you're only going to be able to see on Instagram. It's good, you know, we've got some awesome side dishes that we've made for a category. So you're going to want to make sure you tune in. Huh? I can't hear you. Oh, yeah. Instagram. They're like, point at the box, monkey. Point at the box. But everything, you can follow us all over the board at Montana Max BBQ. We'd love to see you on all different platforms as well as here. And thank you so much for joining us today on Game Day Sunday. We have a bunch of different shows that we do. On Wednesdays, we do Wild Game Wednesday, where we cook a bunch of exotic stuff like antelope and elk and bear and trout and all kinds of different fun stuff like that. And then on Fridays, Friday Night Barbecue Party, where we make like fun finger foods and different things like that. Just fun recipes. Friday night's all about having fun, having some drinks, kicking off the weekend, and just hanging out together and making food and really enjoying each other's company. And then, of course, today you're watching Gameday Smokedown. If you joined us last night, we actually had a special event where we did a promotion with Brooklade Scotch out of Scotland. So that was a lot of fun. Then we had a viewing party. That was our first thing. You know, we're pretty new to the whole stream world, Jen and I here. So, you know, we learned some things. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Made some cocktails, all that kind of good stuff. You see barbecue in the name, but we don't just do barbecue. Oh, no, 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 no. We've jumped into all sorts of different cooking.
Yeah. Can you read that?
Oh, yeah. Yep. So what he's saying is they have basically it's like a calling's like a mass hunt to maintain the population. So they go out and they're like, we need to take this many out of the herd. And it's super important to do because if you don't practice herd management, that's where you end up with like disease and things like that running out of control, and it can affect a lot of things really negatively if you don't manage herds of deer and moose. But yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so we do all that on Wednesday Buff Bagel, where we cook, you know, like I said, elk and all kinds of different stuff. That's a lot of fun. And we try to take really unique approaches at it too. And dare I say, I'll let Jen speak for herself, of course, but Jen historically has not been much of a wild game fan. A lot of that's just because she's had some bad experiences with wild game, but I think she's coming around the corner a little bit. If it's prepared right, you know, that's always my goal, to make Jen happy with a wild game dish. So I think we've done pretty good so far with that. All right, so this bacon is doing well. Can you guys smell that? Oh, God. Cammie can smell it, too. The puppers is right here just... Oh, so you're cooking bacon? So Jen just asked, do you have to drain this? Not all of it. And in fact, how this is cooking will probably not drain any of this. We're going to leave the bacon fat in the pan, and the reason we're going to do that is it's going to act as a natural grease, because the onion, we're going to pull the bacon out, it's going to sit on the side, and that's why I actually have these plates, right? It's going to sit on the side. I'd love to go hunting in Norway. Like, that'd be awesome. Life goal, Buff Bagel, hunting party in Norway. That'd be awesome. We're going to pull the bacon out of the pan. We're going to leave the bacon fat in there because the next thing that's going to go in is the onions. And we're going to caramelize the onions with the bacon fat. Just a way to add more flavor to the dish. This is looking and smelling really good. Now, bacon jam, right? You can serve it as a side, which is kind of the application that we're going to do here, where you serve it with crackers or bread. We've got a really fun bread that Jen picked out that we're going to be serving it on tonight. Kudos to you, babe, for picking the really good bread. But this is also phenomenal, phenomenal if you make a burger and top it with bacon jam. All right. The moose where my house in Norway is an overpopulation of moose, so basically all year round there is a calling. If not, it would not only hurt the moose, but the environment and the ecosystem that they live in. Yeah, it's that whole system suffers all the way around when there's not herd management. That's crazy that it's like you have to be on it all the way, like year round like that. They are big animals. They are. Don't F with moose. All right. This bacon's looking pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. And then on a paper plate with paper towel, just to absorb some of that fat, we're going to just go ahead and kick it over there. And the bacon that I put in this, babe, and for our viewers, of course, too, but just because you asked the question about draining it, the bacon that I used in this is actually the meatier portion of the bacon, so there wasn't as much fat to have to drain off here. But we want about now if you're using like store-bought bacon, a lot of fat going to be in your pan. But you want about 2 tablespoons of bacon fat in there. If you have more than that, drain that off in a safe container and make sure you dispose of it properly. But yeah, you can leave about 2 tablespoons worth of bacon fat in your pan, which we got right there, and now we are going to drop this onion in. I'm missing a comment.
It says, oh, the most deaths in that area is due to moose.
Yeah, I believe it. People think moose are just like a giant cow, right? That's what happens. So, Buff Bagel, are you familiar with Yellowstone Park here in the States? I'm sure that's a very popular park, well known, of course, but you always see all the time, like with buffalo especially, not so much moose, but you do see it with moose too. Tourists come in, right? And then tourists will get out and think they can just go up and pet buffalo. Same thing with moose, I'm sure, you know, but moose can be, especially during mating season, as we know from watching Alone, highly aggressive animals. Territorial, yeah, they will stomp you out. All right, so we got the onion in the pan with the bacon fat, little salt, yeah. Little pepper. Smells good. Smells good. And we are going to get these onions. Yeah. Oh, bacon candy. Oh, I love it. 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 All right, so we get these onions caramelized, right? Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Caramelized onions you make you realize. All right. Got them working down. You want to watch this closely. We don't want to char these guys, which is easy to do in bacon fat. So you want to. That's why I'm back here stirring them and kicking out my jams, because we don't want these to burn. Okay? Want to be careful of that, but we do want them to caramelize. No, I can imagine not. All right, onion. You're doing good. You're doing good. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Onions go in there. Season it with just a little salt and pepper. Getting that to caramelize up. We're going to be adding a few more ingredients here to our bacon jam. So I'm just going to get those kind of prepped in front of me here. So we're ready to rock and roll, as the kids say. So the other ingredients that you'll need to make a basic bacon jam is garlic, brown sugar, apple cider vinegar. Those are the big components that you're going to need there, okay? All right. Doesn't it? Doesn't it smell good? We've actually made a huckleberry bacon jam too, which has been super awesome, where we've actually added huckleberries into the bacon jam and made a huckleberry bacon jam. We might have to do a whole huckleberry episode one of these days. That's been one of our competition calling cards too. We do a lot of recipes where we put huckleberries into it. All right. Let me actually try, now that's cooled a little bit. You want to try a little piece of bacon, babe? Good. Yeah. Take a little piece of that. A lot of flavor, huh? Oh my God, it is right. Better, that is the damn near best bacon I think I've ever had. I'm not just, come on, you can come get some more bacon, babe. Here she comes. Ladies and gentlemen, there's Kansas City Jen, scooping the bacon. Awesome.
So good.
Isn't that delicious? All right. Onions are pretty well caramelized up here.
Yum, yum, yum.
Now don't eat, that's got to go in the pan. Onions are doing pretty good, pretty good.
Oh my God.
I know, one more for me. Don't you dare. I got to make a recipe with that. Careful, otherwise it'll be, yeah, I know, that is exactly what I'm worried about.
So good.
All right, so we're going to use apple cider vinegar right into the pan. About a half a cup of that. So that's going in there. We're going to add a couple little spoonfuls of minced garlic. That's plenty. And then we are going to add brown sugar. Everyone's waiting right now. They're like, where's the obvious brown sugar? Why do you taste so good? Yeah, brown sugar. So about a half a cup of brown sugar. I am surrounded at my feet here by dogs. There, you heard it from Jen herself. Best bacon ever! All right, so we got garlic in there. We got some brown sugar. Cheer for bacon! And then we are going to get that all mixed up. It doesn't taste like store-bought bacon. It is way better than store-bought bacon. Wait till you try that bacon candy when that comes out. She says, I know. All right. So we got that all working. A little bit more heat there. And then what else do I add in there? Yes, a little seasoning. So I'm going to add a little of Cattle Drive. I like Cattle Drive because it's sweet. It's got body to it. You could add like sugar or something like that into your bacon jam besides the brown sugar. The brown sugar is enough for me to do it. But that Cattle Drive will get you all the spices and things. You can use your favorite rub if you can't get the old Croy Valley Cattle Drive, but that works awesome. And now here's where we take it to a little bit more of the barbecue world, where we get a little bit more special with things that are going on. We are going to add whiskey into our bacon jam, like a bourbon bacon jam, right? What's really great about this whiskey, I haven't even popped this bottle open yet. This is from Kindred Spirits, which is from a winery that Jen and I visited a couple weeks ago. It was our last trip in the camper before the snow flew. This whiskey is awesome because it's naturally smoked with the barrels that it's aged in. You can smell the smoke on it. Here, babe, take a little sniff. She's not a big whiskey drinker, but I just want her to get that.
Yeah, I can smell it.
And that flavor of whiskey is not going to overpower. We're just going to add a little bit in there. So it'll add an extra little dimension to the bacon jam. It'll add a little bit more body. It'll also add a little bit of smokiness, but it's not going to taste like whiskey, especially when you cook it down. And it'll cook off all the alcohol as well. You don't have to worry about anybody getting drunk off your bacon jam. And then we got the heat going. I'm going to kick that up just a touch there. We're going to let that start simmering away. And now that we have all the ingredients and the onions caramelized, all working together, we're going to go ahead and put our bacon back into the pan. That all this bacon and all these ingredients will reduce together and simmer down, and you're going to reduce it, all that liquid, till it becomes the consistency of a jam. That's why it's called bacon. What?
You got dripping off your paper towel.
Oh, there we go. That's better. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us, spending some time with your time here with us at Montana Max Barbecue TV on your Sunday. It's all about the bacon. And we are going to get that bacon jam simmering, which it's doing right now. And that's essentially it. You simmer it down to a consistency where it is the consistency of jelly or jam. Super flavorful, super easy to do. Let me take a quick peek here. Awesome. Awesome. And we got candy bacon in the oven that is actually huckleberry maple candied bacon. So that's working along. Shouldn't be too much longer on that. So we're basically off to our last recipe that we're going to do. And that recipe is we are going to be making Mexican style tacos. Breakfast tacos. Because sometimes on a game day Sunday, if you had a Saturday night where you've had a little too much scotch, or a beer, and you wake up and the game's at noon and you wake up at 11, maybe you don't want ribs. Maybe you don't have time to prep ribs. You want a nice little brunchy thing. Friends are coming over, hair of the dog, some Bloody Marys. It's good. That's what you want. Simmer. Jen's getting nervous. So we're going to show you how to make a lovely bacon taco. Bacon breakfast taco. Just let that simmer away. Every couple minutes, you're going to want to give it a stir. You don't want anything burn into the bottom of your pan, right? All right. So in our breakfast taco, I need to grab a couple things out of the fridge here. We'll go ahead and leave the cheese there for a minute. This is fine. We're out. That's the last one. And this is fine. Don't worry. We're good. So we have some tortillas here that are corn pancake tortilla. We got these from the market this morning. So it's a little bit different twist. Where you can do these in a standard tortilla, and that's totally fine. But to mix it up a little bit, we've got some lovely corn pancake tortillas. And we're going to heat those up in a pan. But before we do that, we need to get more bacon going. We have to have more bacon. So let's glove up and let's cut some more bacon. You down for that, babe? Yeah. All right. Here we go. Now, we're going to cut these. That's why I cut this in half. We're going to cut these down a little bit thinner. It's going to be a little bit tougher to hold on to these bad boys now that we're getting down to the end of it. Thinner strips. Because these are going to go in a taco. There we go. I'm going to remove that. All right. There we go. Let's switch over to this one. That guy's being a pain. There we go. Nice and thin. Our house is going to smell absolutely delicious. But probably for days, because we're cooking all this bacon in here. So sad that we're getting to the end of all this delicious bacon. Big old hunk of just straight fat. We don't want that. You can save that though and use it for cooking down other things. We're getting to the end over here. Just an excuse to make more bacon. Am I right? The other thing you just want to be real careful too when you're cutting bacon, especially when you make your own, it is going to be oily, it is going to be greasy, so take your time when you're cutting it and make sure you don't cut your fingers off. That's going to put a damper on your game day Sunday. All right, so there we go. Just get rid of this extra fat. A couple extra pieces here. Might as well cook up the whole thing. There we go. Bacon, 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 bacon. And we'll get another pan going here. Also, time to stir the bacon jam. Be patient with your bacon jam. Give it the time it needs to reduce properly. And always taste things as you go too. Then you'll know if you need a little bit more brown sugar or a little bit more seasoning. You can just take a little. Ooh, that's good. We got her right where we want her. Got her right where we want her. We'll get this other back burner fired up. Awesome. And we're just going to cook our bacon on the other back burner as you traditionally would cook bacon. That's it. Simple. We're going to throw it in the pan. We're going to cook her down. All this beautiful bacon. Spread her out nice and evenly. We'll get her all in there. Bam. Bam. Bacon. And now I can get rid of this giant cutting board to clear up a little bit more room in front of me. Bacon jam's working away. See, look at how easy cleanup is. Don't pay any attention to the other 10,000 pieces of kitchen utensils that I use during the show that we have to clean up afterwards. But at least the cutting board, at least that was simple, right? All right. Here we go. Pop this bad boy open. Pull out our corn pancake tortillas. And then also, those can sit there for a minute. So you can't have breakfast, right, without having scrambled eggs. So that's also going to be one of our fillings here. And we're going to use about 6 eggs for these tacos. Into a bowl. Into the bowl. So bacon, eggs, we're going to have some fresh pico, chives, cilantro, some queso fresco, maybe a little avocado. Make these ultimate breakfast tacos. Tacos. Not just for Tuesday anymore, or for bacon anymore. There we go. We got all of our eggs in the bowl. Give my hands a little rinsey. Now, the other thing we want to add into the eggs, just to help them, is a little bit of half and half. You can use just milk, but a little half and half in there will help make them nice, light, fluffy. Then we're going to use a little garlic booster here to season. Don't be bashful. Don't be bashful with that. Get her seasoned up nice and good. And then, there we go. Using a whisk. If you don't have a whisk, fork will do just fine. Let's get that all mixed up now. Easy, right? That's all it takes. Make a scrambled egg. Nice. So our eggs are ready to go. Our bacon is working. Let's give that bacon jam just a little stir here. Whole pan's working, reducing down. We're getting pretty darn close with this bad boy. And if you want, I like a bacon jam that's chunky and has some texture to it. If you want like a really smooth jam, all you have to do is take this and then put it in a processor and puree it down, and you can have it where it's just like a straight, smooth jam. But I like that extra bit of that texture in it. I really do. All right, that's working good. Let's get this front burner fired up. Make sure you treat yourself. Time to make some eggs. Time to make some eggs, babe. We gotta let this pan get a little bit warmed up here before I put those eggs in there, though. Just a touch. Just a touch. Maybe a little olive oil too, huh? It is almost done. It is almost done. Now, it'll still have some liquid. When you remove it from heat, it'll continue to firm up. So we're at the point, I think we're probably pretty good here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off, let it sit there for a minute, and that should be pretty well good to go. Pretty good to go. I'm going to need one more pan too. Perfect. Perfect. Because those tortillas we're going to need to heat up. There we go. Bacon's starting to work back here. Gosh, everything smells good, looking good. I need to take a peek at my guys in here. They are just about done. Jen's getting excited for bacon candy. Some good bacon jam, babe. Some good bacon jam. All right. Almost ready. Almost ready. You're doing a good job of being patient tonight. You really are. We got the eggs in. The incredible edible egg. Huh? I can't hear you. Yes. Yes, I added some half and half in there. Yeah, of course. You do. You do. Spoonie McSpoonerson, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, my favorite spoon in the whole wide world. Spoonie is here to make sure the eggs turn out lovely as we scramble them away. You do such a good job, Spoonie. You're my favorite spoon. Won't take long for these eggs to go, so I'm just gonna man the station as it is. Because we're not making omelets, we're making scrambled eggs, damn it. Nice. I want to serve you up some bacon jam, babe. Let it cool down a little bit. Don't want to burn that kisser of yours. The seasoning there is garlic booster. Here we go, here we go. Pan's heating up, eggs are cooking nicely. Got my little tongs here, make sure our bacon's working back here. So do you know how much bacon we actually cooked today, babe? About 10 pounds worth of bacon we've cooked today. Yes. No, we are not going to eat all that and have a heart attack. Otherwise, we will not have another stream because we'll be dead. 2 bits cheered for 10 pounds of bacon. The man is made out of bits. He's not even human at all. It's like that movie Pixel. Instead of pixels, he's made of bits. Bacon's working. Bacon jam is done. There we go. Eggs are coming along. That wasn't too bad. I didn't spill too bad. We're doing good. We're doing real good. And if you wanted to spice this up, you could add some jalapenos in there or some peppers. You just wanted a little extra color, a little red bell pepper, green peppers, things like that. We just want to do a straight up egg here because the star of the show today, bacon. Bacon, 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 bacon. I love bacon. Yep. We are adding all that good stuff when we get to plating here. And you'll see the consistency of these eggs. I can actually probably turn this pan off already because they're nice and light and fluffy. Look at that. Easy. How easy? Go ahead and take that over there. I'm going to move these up. This front burner works a little bit better. I need to get this bacon cooking along. There we go. Now I'm getting that sizzle I want. Well, that bacon's working. Let's go ahead and serve up a little bacon jam to the people here. We've got a lovely little cheddar biscuit because bacon and cheddar go well together. Ready for some bacon jam? There, bacon baby girl. Now, bacon jam will keep for about a week in the refrigerator. So if you make a bigger portion of it or a lot of it, you can always freeze it. You can always freeze it. I'm going to walk this up and you can see how this looks. There we go. Here, give her a go, babe. Come on. Come get some bacon, babe. What do you think?
So good. You want some?
There you go. Don't spill it. Yeah? She's happy. She's happy, folks. Just in a minute. I got to watch this bacon here. You're very welcome. There's plenty more where that came from. So that's our smoked bourbon bacon jam that we made right there. We're just pan frying up. Yes, hello. I know you would love it if I dropped a piece of this right now. Let's see here. I'm going to get a hot pad. Move my eggs out of the way. Because we're getting close here. This bacon's coming up nicely. Pan frying this bacon. Nice big old hunks of bacon. And this is a big hunk of meat that we're cooking down with these strips here. So we want to make sure that these get nice and crispy and done. And cooked all the way through. I mean, they're already cooked, but you know, we're making a breakfast taco, so we want them nice and crispy. All right. Looking good, smelling great. Huh? Yeah, I can do that. There we go. Lid to keep eggs warm. Let's take a peek inside here too, because we are just about to the point where our bacon candy should be finishing up here. Oh yeah. We're good. We are so good. I'm going to put it right on the cutting board. Huh? Yep. There we go. Now I'll go ahead and give that a cut here. Just don't want to lose track of our bacon for the tacos. Nice and crispy for these tacos. Yeah, that and some brown sauce, absolutely. Are you guys ready to try some bacon candy? This is going to be super hot. So you can serve these as a whole slab on a plate, or put a little toothpick in them. Either way. Super hot. Let's let those cool for just a moment. But they're going to be super delicious. All right. I'm running out of space, babe. I'm running out of space. I can set them up there if I put down a couple hot pads. There we go. Look at that. That with a couple sunny side up eggs, if you will. In the morning, a little maple glazed thick cut bacon like that. All right, so now we got to get working on our tacos. And that's going to be super easy to do. Let's just get these tortillas heated up. Say what? I can't hear you. Yeah, you will taste it when you're not going to burn yourself. Remember, we're letting it cool down. All right, let's spray that pan. Now I'm using an olive oil spray versus just straight olive oil in that because I don't want the corn pancake tortillas to soak up too much oil. Let's get that pan hot. We'll get these guys warmed up, and then we'll be making tacos. Breakfast tacos. I'm going to use another one of these. And I'm going to find where I put down my tongs. Now I tried to do this bacon up more in Jen's style of loving bacon, so nice and crispy. Just a little bit of a char to it, if you will. What do you think, babe? Does that look like your kind of bacon?
Yes.
All right. Awesome. Now let's go ahead and turn that burner off. Get that out. Moving things around. Grab one more cutting board here. And that should do her. That should do her. Huh. All right. I'm missing a message.
It says I'm a scrambled or poached kind of guy. That with a full English would be great.
Awesome. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
We like our sandwiches.
Yeah, we're big fans of breakfast sandwiches for sure. All right. So I got to just get some chives there, chopped chives. See our bacon candy. Oh my God. You can try it now.
Okay.
You can try it now. Bacon candy. Freaking awesome. Come grab a piece. Huh?
Crispiest one.
What do you think?
Oh my God. It's that huckleberry and this. It's salty and sweet.
I will look that up. Salty, sweet, a little bit of fruit from the huckleberry on there and the maple. Grab a piece.
Fantastic.
All right. Oh yeah, we're gonna do up some cilantro. We got some chives.
Oh my God. Here, Walmart. I keep eating this.
Go for it. It's candy.
That's more.
Grab some. There's Parker, our tech guy. Doesn't usually come on screen, but you can't keep him away from huckleberry bacon.
Oh my God, that's good.
You eat too much of that, you'll actually start feeling your heart slow down. So another winner, we got bacon jam. Bacon candy. Noxious, how we doing? Ragnar. Thanks for joining us, brother. We just are sampling a little huckleberry maple bacon candy that we made. We made all this bacon ourselves. We started on Monday. If you didn't catch that episode, you're more than welcome to go back and see how we did it and how we started. Then this morning I got up, smoked that pork belly at 100. It's so delicious. We smoked it at 165 degrees for 3 hours and put it in the fridge, brought it out. Now we're cooking with it. We've actually cooked up 10 pounds of bacon tonight, all the way through our recipes, and it is absolutely divine. All right, so we're just working on our last recipe. Got everything pretty much prepped and ready to go for this one, so this should be real easy. I'm gonna use Mexican crema as well. So I'm gonna spoon this into a bowl, and here's why. This is nice and soft, but I really want to do a pretty drizzle with it, which I always forget to do. And in order to get a pretty drizzle, it's not going to come out of the spoon as is. So we're going to add a little water to it. Just about a tablespoon. Doesn't require a lot. There we go. Give it a nice little stir. And we should be able to drizzle this over our breakfast tacos that we're making. Here we go. Here we go. And I'm going to reward myself with a little piece of bacon candy. Jen's over there just, oh my God, it's so good. It is good. It's really good.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of it.
You gotta have some of the bacon.
Yeah, I will. All right, let's get these tortillas heated up. I should probably...
There's some few little plates here.
Oh, perfect.
Do you want that one?
This is great. This is absolutely great. And we can plate that up right there. Buff Bagel wants some bacon candy by mail. So awesome. I wish I could. I wish you were able to taste this right now. I wish everyone was. I'm really tickled with how it turned out. And here's our pan-fried crispy bacon, straight up the old-fashioned way. And we're going to be using our tacos. Which I'm just getting a tortilla heated up with, and I'm just going to show you some fun stuff. Huh? I don't know if tongs are going to do it. I might want the flippy flappy. In the kitchen, make sure you always have a flippy flappy handy, all right? If you don't have a flippy flappy, you're going to want to go out and get a flippy flappy. There we go. You heard it here first. Own a flippy flappy. If you don't have a flippy flappy, you're doing it wrong. All right. Thanks for everyone for joining us here. Make sure, yeah, that thing. Make sure you follow us on the old Instagram, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. We drop different content all over the place, so stuff that you can't see here or that we can't do live, we showcase it on those channels, so make sure you go and check those out. What are you doing?
I was just looking.
What are you doing?
It looks like it's ready.
It is ready to eat. Jen is snagging bacon candy.
Well, I think that the camera should see it. Can I hold it up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right here.
Bacon candy. You're right there. You got it, Jen.
Oh my gosh. So yummy.
All right, so we got our tortilla all heated up there. And now we are going to take some bacon. Is that flippy flappy rubber or silicone? And we're going to lay down some bacon, right in the center. And with these corn pancake tortillas, we're going to go ahead and serve them open-faced. It's an open-faced taco. They don't bend, so don't try it. And let's go ahead and give that right there. I'm actually going to flip it over there so you can see exactly what I'm plating down here. There we go. All right, so we put some bacon right down the center, right? Then come on, Spoonie. Your work's not done yet. You know, I think maybe I should do it the other way. Hang out there for a second, bacon. Let's put some eggs down first. Let's go ahead and put some eggs down first. Nice bed of scrambled eggs right down the center of the tortilla. On top of that, then let's add that beautiful bacon. Like so. All right. And then we're going to add cilantro, chives, some lovely fresh pico de gallo, which if you tuned into our past episode, we actually showed you how to make pico de gallo, so you can tune back into that episode and see how to make it. This is, of course, a little bit finely or diced. That was last Wild Game Wednesday, right? Yeah.
Where's the cheese? The queso fresco.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got to grab it from the fridge. There we go. Then we have some lovely queso fresco. Which we're just gonna, with our hands here, it crumbles very nicely. Queso fresco. We didn't set off the smoke detector tonight, so that's pretty fabulous. And then I'm gonna go ahead and, there it is, hiding on me. With my drizzle spoon, we're gonna use the fresh crema here. You can see come on, drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. Maybe a little bit more water, just a touch. There we go. There we go. All right, now we can get our drizzle on. That's it. There is, let's add a little bit more greenage to the top now that we did that. There we go. That is going to be your open face bacon, fresh made bacon, breakfast taco. You want to come give it a try, babe? On a corn pancake tortilla. That's what really sets the whole breakfast thing. So